Come to all fours and have your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Visualise the length of your spine from the tailbone through to the top of the neck and out of the crown of the head. Imagine that you have a long tail in the back like a dog. Now lengthen the spine. Move the middle of your back towards the ceiling and then lower it towards the floor, so that you're alternating arching and rounding the back. This is the cat-camel. Repeat the movement a few times, and slowly enough for you to sense how the back moves. Feel which parts of the spine move independently, and if there are any parts of the spine that feel stuck together, a bit like a block. And pause. Repeat the movement, but this time focus on the movement of the pelvis. As you round your back, tuck your tail under as if you want to see it. Then as you arch your back, lift your tail behind you as if you were pointing it towards the ceiling. Where does your head want to look as the tail moves up and as the tail moves down? And pause. Now we'll continue the same movement, and as you tuck the tail under, look down to the tail. And as you lift the tail to the ceiling, look up to the horizon. Don't overextend the neck as you're looking to the horizon. Keep the back of the neck long and imagine lengthening the crown of the head to the ceiling. And pause. Begin arching and rounding again, and notice the movements of your belly button. As you arch downwards, inhale into your belly and expand it towards the floor like a balloon. Move so that the belly button leads the downward movement. As you round the back upwards, exhale, bringing the belly button as far as possible towards the ceiling. Continue to move back and forth a few times, synchronizing your breath with your movement and expanding the range of motion of the belly button in either direction. And pause. Now continue arching and rounding your back. This time bring your attention to the movements of your chest bone. Try to lower the chest bone as close to the ground as possible, and then raise it as high as possible to the ceiling. How do the movements of the shoulder blades cooperate with the movements of your chest bone? Can you feel them sliding closer and further from the spine? As the chest bone moves downward, allow the shoulder blades to move closer to the spine and down the back. As the chest bone moves up, allow them to spread wide. How far are your shoulders from your ears as you arch and round? Try to keep a maximum comfortable distance between your shoulder blades and your ears. And pause. Now we're going to continue the movement and assess the quality of contact between your hands and the floor. Which one makes a more solid contact? Do you press more with the inside or outside of the palm? Equalise the pressure on both sides of the palm and point the middle finger forward. Now spread the fingers. How does your hand contact affect the quality of your movement? and pause. Now repeat the original movement without focusing on any area in particular. Has the quality and ease of the movements changed? Is there a better distribution of the movements? And pause. You can practice this basic pattern of flexion and extension in different positions, and this is going to create constraints, so you need more movement in particular areas. Have a play around with the following options and challenge your mobility and coordination. Instead of resting on the hands, rest on the elbows and forearms. You could do it asymmetrically, where one side rests on the hand and the other on the elbow and forearm. Try it with the pelvis on the heels. You could do a staggered stance. Try one knee crossed behind the other. And back to the middle.